We're here each and every day at 8 a.m. Central Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. We simulcast this on Facebook Live and also on YouTube. So I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Reverend Lee Wolak. Just go Rev Lee Wolak and you'll find it on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. This way you'll get notices every time we're doing one of these events and you'll be informed. Also, I would love to have you share this with your friends. So today, I've noticed, and it's not just today, but I've really noticed about how noisy our minds are. And that when our mind is really noisy, we can't get calm. We can't find peace. We can't get focused. So what do you do when you have a noisy mind? Let me tell you, here's what you do when you have a noisy mind. Anything you can to slow it down. Anything you can to slow it down. I noticed like earlier today, I was doing a guided meditation. And because I'd moved my studio into a different room within my house, I felt there was an echo. There was a hollowness to the voice. And my mind is just going while I'm doing the meditation. And I had to really pause and say, okay, what could I do? And I realized, well, I could put more blankets on the walls. I can fill the room with stuff instead of having the room empty. And so I just said, wait a second. I know I can take action after the meditation. So just breathe now, Lee. Just breathe into the meditation. And that's what I did. And then as soon as the meditation was over, I got up and I took action. If you could see the room, you'd see there's blankets everywhere. You can't see it because I've got it set up like a studio. So all you see is like, oh my God, he's got this brown background. Everything looks great, yada, yada, yada. But I took action that would calm my mind down. The other way that you can take and calm your mind down is to really just start focusing on your breath. Consciously just focus on breathing in and breathing out. It's one of the greatest tools that we have. You've also got meditation. You can sit there and meditate, but sometimes you may not be quiet. So then you might do visualization. You might say, okay, this is something I really want to experience in my life. Let me take a moment and just visualize what would it be like if I was there. Hell, just visualize what it would be like to have a quiet mind for a little while. You know, I wonder about all the people out there with these minds that are just all over the place. I'm one of them, but I've learned that I can take my power back. But here's the key, so can you. We all have the same power within us to do whatever it is we want to do. So let me put a pitch in. Sunday, I start teaching basics of science of mind. Monday, I have a separate class teaching basics of science of mind. And Tuesday, I'm going to teach the 5 agreements. If you're interested in taking any of these courses, go to agapespiritualcenter.com. Click on the classes and register. There is a small fee, but it's worth it. You're going to get 5 weeks or 6 weeks of a class that's going to really light you up and take you to a new dimension. We talk about what our spiritual practice. What is spiritual practice? It's anything that gets you to connect to the oneness. What is a mystical experience? You ever hear that? Ever wonder what is a mystical experience? A mystical experience is when you experience oneness. How do you experience oneness? When there's no noise. Oneness means no noise. Isn't that interesting? How many of you out there are quiet, are comfortable being in quiet? No noise in the house, nothing to do, nothing to experience, just being still. And how long can you do it? We are so overstimulated. Oh my God, we're so overstimulated that we've got to be doing something. We've got to have background noise on. We're wondering, we're bouncing from subject to subject because we can't just even focus on one subject. We've got to bounce from subject to subject because our minds are addicted to noise. Did you just hear what I said? Our minds are addicted to noise. Yeah, we've got a Jones going on. I'll tell you what, When I've done my Vipassana retreats, I've done 7 of them now. And the 7 of them are 10 days. Each of them is 10 days. And you can't talk. You can't acknowledge anyone. You got no social media. You can't write. You can't read. You can't do anything. You want to talk about finding out whether you've got an addiction? I'm going to tell you what. You want to go AWOL. I can't tell you how many times every day. And you don't think when you come out you've made any progress until you try to speak and you realize it's hard to talk because you haven't talked for 10 days. You're driving home and you see the billboards with all the advertisements and they make your head go crazy because, my God, even just seeing billboards becomes noise to the mind. We don't realize how we have been domesticated to being advertised to be spoken at all day long, every day. Actually, I guess I'm advertising to you right now because I'm speaking. I hope that I'm getting you to think. I hope that you're not buying into everything I say. Please don't. My job is not to convince you to do anything. My job is to get you to question by presenting conversation that causes you to maybe ask questions for yourself. I'll tell you what I've learned is that while I do these every morning, I do meditation every morning with another group. You can be a part of that group. Just go to agapespiritualcenter.com, click on the calendar, and you'll find the link, the Zoom link. And you can join me every morning at 7 a.m. You can join me once in a while. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not attached. I've learned that. But what I find is the more I share, the deeper I go. When I teach, I learn. So I get great benefit out of doing what I'm doing. People say, well, Lee, you're always giving, you're always giving. No, I am giving, but guess what? I'm aware enough to understand that I'm receiving all the time because the universe does not know a one-sided life. It only knows a circulatory life. Whether your blood is circulating, the oxygen in your body is circulating, the cells are being formed and being let go. It's abundance, it's giving and receiving, it's love giving and receiving. It's always a circular motion. With the chakras, it's the up and down movement, up the chakras, down the chakras. It's always been that way. Sandra says being isolated has made me weary about people. No. I can't wait to be with people. If they're not the right people, guess what? I'm aware enough to say adios in a nice way. But I find that who I am when I'm with people determines how people are with me in most situations. In those situations where they're not like me, the conversation doesn't go very far. I'm not a big small talker. Just not a big small talker. I can do a little small talk. We had a guys group last night. And guys, if you're not aware, but I have a men's group that meets the first Thursday of every month at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And you're welcome to join us. And we talk. We talk guy stuff. Here's one of the things that we talk. When we talk guy stuff, we laugh our butts off. Why? Because laughter is healing. And the reason we have a guys group is because guys think differently than women. And you women will say, no, we think the same. No, you don't. No, you don't. There's just something about it. I love being with women. I love being in mixed groups. I love being with guys. So I just put that out there, guys. The first Thursday of every month, 6:30 p.m. You're all welcome to join. You know, it's not for a big group. It could be anywhere between 4 and 20. Doesn't matter. It's the right people. Do you get that? It's the right people. So, you got a lot of noise going on in your life? What are you going to do to quiet it? Simply begin by focusing on your breath. Take 10 deep breaths and focus on your breaths. Do a guided meditation. Take a walk and observe nature. Lori's out there saying, I love hanging with the guys. The guys are funny. We are. But some guys are shy about being funny in front of girls. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are very insecure. I'm not one of them. I want you to know. Lori knows that. Lori knows that my sense of humor comes out no matter who I'm with. But some guys they're a bit reserved in that because they got the noise going on in their head that you can't do it that way. See, that noise just keeps us out of being authentic, being real, and experiencing life to the fullest. So that's all I want to say today, because I want to keep these things between 8 and 12 minutes, and we're right there at this time. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. If you would love to take a class, go to my calendar, agapespiritualcenter.com. I've got Basics of Science of Mind and the 5 Agreements starting this next week, Sunday or Monday or Tuesdays. They'll go for 5 or 6 weeks, depending on the class. Hey, if no one tells you this, I will today. I love you. I accept you just like you are. Go create some quiet. Aloha.